Mind the business we're creating. Tell her mind the business we're creating. Yeah, tell her mind the business we're creating. Come in and mix up with bad mind and fake friend. Yeah, tell her mind the business we're creating.
Good morning and welcome to Sunup 17. My name is Renata Samuels-Card.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kevin Mendes. Welcome to your Monday episode. Thank you so much for welcoming Renata tonight to your space. Ren, let's tease and what can they expect on this Monday episode?
Well, we're not about mind the business of POE because Jules is going to be on coming in with some very spicy beef. Actually, you know what? I know I say spicy and I say how it tastes. Only decide when the man command for the thing. So, what else do we have up our sleeves, Kevito?
We have another great conversation with CEO of Ministry of Transport, Chester Williams, joining us today. He's going to be talking about motorcyclists and what are some of the upcoming regulations.
So stay tuned for that. All that and so much more. You know how this works. Put your comments in the comment section, make it live, interactive, fun, and respectful, of course.
Yes.
Shall we get to the couch?
Let's do it.
Mind the business.
Tell her mind the business we're creating. Yeah, tell her mind the business we're creating. Come in and mix up with bad mind and fake friend. Yeah, tell her mind the business we're creating.
I've come to find that the truth isn't what we were told. So where
to everybody on Sunup.
do I seek the answer that's worth looking for today? just wants to see.
And we're going to be talking about the hot shush that has been
The
happening
world
this
that
weekend.
we see
So
may
far.
seem that will never change. They say, but if you tear down the wall that's blinding us all, you'll see the way today. A place to call your home, a place where you can go.
Muy buenos dias, my beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome to your Monday episode. It's November 17th. I want to say thank you so much for welcoming Renata and I into your space and starting your day with us. If you're watching via Facebook, YouTube, or cable TV, welcome also to Sunup on 7. We're very excited about today's episode, but before we get into the beef, we have to bring you the weather, and that's courtesy of the Belize Met Service.
Good morning, Belize. The latest radar, satellite, and surface observation showed mostly clear skies with little to no rain observed. Fair and mostly dry weather conditions will start off the work week. The 24-hour forecast, sunny skies with a few cloudy spells today and clear to partly cloudy skies tonight. Showers, if any, will be isolated. The maximum temperatures for today will reach 86 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 89 inland, and 78 up in the hills. The low temperatures for tonight will be around 77 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 71 inland, and 68 up in the hills. The winds from the open sea will be from the east at 5 to 10 knots, producing slight sea conditions. A high tide will occur this morning at 8:37, followed by a low tide this afternoon at 3 minutes after 2, another high tide tonight at 7:59, and another low tide early tomorrow morning at 3:11. The sun rose this morning 2 minutes before 6 and will set this evening at 5:16. The moon will set this evening at 3:30 and will rise early tomorrow morning at 4:35. The outlook for Tuesday and Tuesday night is for continuing fair and mostly dry conditions on Tuesday, with isolated showers developing mostly over the south Tuesday night. In the tropical weather outlook, the Atlantic basin continues to be quiet as no tropical cyclone threat is expected over our area during the next couple of days. For a review of our forecast and other products, please visit our website at nms.gov.bz. Our next forecast comes out at 12 p.m. this afternoon. With that, we end this morning's forecast from the Belize National Meteorological Service.
Good morning, everyone. We're back on your Monday episode, and Jules is ready. He never bring the blood pressure kit, but nevertheless, he looks calm enough. But Jules, good morning. How is your energy this Monday?
My
You look
energy,
you look a little calm.
right?
Maybe it's the blue.
It's that I've turned all my pain into champagne,
Ooh.
Oh,
and I'm imbibing it constantly.
all right.
Did you bring the champagne for us here too as well?
No, darling, it's from a well
It's within. It's oh.
Well,
From the well of pain, then comes the champagne.
So if I squeeze you right now,
I would be, yeah, champagne would,
with champagne, yeah.
yeah, spray in all directions.
Those are really good lyrics, by the way.
I'm sure I
Yeah.
stole it from Lizzo.
but Jules, just I know people always like to check the temperature, check your pressure, what's going on. How do we predict this beef this morning? Will it,
You know, it's slow and low. I
Slow
am
and low.
so calm.
or calm?
I am so
There's nothing
calm.
to rile you
There's
up that
nothing to rile me up.
Okay.
We don't have any of the trigger words.
Oh, I love that for you.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. I've
So we're
eliminated
going-
all the triggers.
We're going low and down on this thing, right, guys?
Yeah.
So not expect too much from him. We don't need to check
Yep.
him before and after.
Yep.
He doesn't need a clot to wipe out sweat. It's champagne either way. So
Yep.
without any further ado, let's dive into the big developments in cabinet.
Yeah, I think that the Prime Minister will have to do a remix of his reshuffle, right? Did a reshuffle last week on November the 11th.
Yes.
And he will have to do another. Now, we know that he will have to do another because of the situation with Henry Charles Usher.
Yeah.
And I'll go into that shortly. But More importantly, the Prime Minister on Friday, Victor, the Prime Minister on Friday had a meeting with the U.S. Embassy. These are called debriefings. I am reliably informed that such a debriefing was held. At the debriefing, multiple reports suggest the embassy expressed certain concerns about the actions or the activities of a minister. When such things happen, the Prime Minister is urged to take action and eliminate that issue.
Yeah.
I am told they expressed concerns about the activities of the Minister of Agriculture, Hosemai. I am told that there are plans to phase him out with immediate effect from ministerial responsibility. This is the report. I cannot say what their concerns are, and we will never hear the contents of what was in that debriefing. A debriefing like that was held in 2023, and there was a reassignment. But of course, whenever you ask about it, it's said that it's for X and Y purpose. So we won't ever know what are the true concerns. It will be handled as best as it can with minimal political impact. But the political impact on the government at this time is great. Right? They're going through sustained difficulties and lurching from one crisis to another, if not scandal. The situation in the cabinet, I find it surprising that Minister Henry Charles Usher rejected the Ministry of Home Affairs and Enterprise. No, I don't find it surprising from a human perspective. That is a burning cup.
Yeah.
A hot for whole, a hotter for drink. Enterprise is a serious situation. When you take over the Ministry of Enterprise, you have to think about personal security.
Yeah.
Because it means the free zones. And the free zones exist for two things: tobacco and fake goods. Each of them have to be smuggled into Mexico. The tobacco is also smuggled into Guatemala and Honduras. It is a vast criminal network that has penetrated Belize and compromised members of the police, of the BDF, probably the customs, and it has a corrosive effect on law and order in Belize. It has been going on. It's a PUDP special.
I was just gonna say.
It's a PUDP special. The trade in tobacco has been going on for almost 20 years. Right? So that makes it PUP, UDP, PUP. But we know that the cartels are becoming more powerful in southern Quintana Roo, much more than they were 20 years ago. So the effect is far greater. And when you're dealing with the free zone, you have to deal with them. You have to deal with the reality of them. Anyway, so to go back to Henry Charles Usher, in view of that, I can understand why any sane human would say, no, give me that. The Minister of Home Affairs, which is the minister in charge of the police, there's no on-the-job training available for that. You are dunked into the hottest pot. And so, but what surprises me about the rejection is usually, from my experience, these things are first broached in a meeting. The Prime Minister calls in the relevant minister and says, I want to do X, Y. And, it's broached in a, we'll reach an agreement before an announcement is made. I don't know if such a meeting was or was not had, but it is very unusual for 3 days after a shuffle, a minister to inform Prime Minister, I will not take the portfolio you have assigned. I prefer to stay with my good Ministry of Public Service, right? And I think he has said that he wants to maintain the continuity he has there. All right. It is a rejection that's unusual for a Prime Minister, but it now goes to Mr. Mira, so we really have a recreation. Minister Mira is the defense. Oscar Mira is the Minister of Defense and Border Security. To that will now be added Home Affairs, but they'll just call it National Security.
Yeah, I
like
literally think
like the
covers all the
UDP used to call it. And so he will take that over. We have to see what will happen with the CEO. Will he keep the same CEO? That's not, I don't know that that's the case. Or I will have to wait and see. And more importantly, will he keep the same Commissioner of Police? That's a decision for the Prime Minister, but it will be interesting to see if he's prepared to work with Dr. Richard Rosado, who was, I understand he was the deputy that's senior, but he was also the choice of Karim Musa. So we'll have to see where that goes. But the Prime Minister now this week, it is, if you want to look at it optimistically, it is fortuitous that these two things are happening at the same time. Rather than you have to make 3 changes, they could just say, yeah, just do one remix. I have to change up Henry Charles. How's am I? Bam. Like an auction, going, gone. So, you know, he can couch it in a way that I'm just reshuffling the deck slightly. But it is consequential what has happened, what will be announced this week, I'm told. Hopefully before the Prime Minister travels, because, you know, he's going to be traveling soon. There's a House meeting on Thursday. If next weekend find here, I'll be surprised. but left that so. Yeah. So we're expecting a big announcement from the Cabinet today or tomorrow. Yeah. Certainly before the House meeting on Thursday. Okay. And it will be significant as regards the concerns raised by the U.S. Embassy in that Friday debriefing, which I understand had the Prime Minister quite concerned, but we'll have to see where it goes, and we have to find out the truth, because, you know, politicians aren't known for their fidelity to the truth. And when it comes to sensitive and embarrassing matters which expose the government, we know that there will be obfuscation and there will be deception and misdirection. But we will continue to search for the truth.
That is true. And there's one thing we know about the U.S. government is that they're very observant, and whenever they would make such, I guess, remarks or points shared to the government, they already have evidence to prove those things, right?
Observant is a good word. They have been observing many things in this country and in this administration for a long time. Yeah. And they're, you know, when things are going north, they become very concerned. When there are immigration issues, they become very concerned. And so, you know, we spoke about, I think, we spoke about Karim Musa and the Ministry of Immigration. You have said you believe it's a good ministry.
Yes.
I do not, but you have a vested interest in immigration, but it's a good argument.
I think it's a good...
But that is... Look at who are the Director of Immigration. Who is the new Director of the Immigration? Larry Thompson, former employee of the U.S. Embassy, and the Deputy is as well. Yeah, it's not like they brought up senior immigration officers. No. Yeah. It has to be the choice. It has to be somebody that aligns with the expectations of the U.S. Embassy. That ministry, I like to say, works in close partnership with the embassy. But if I were cynical, I would say it's instrumentalized. America has a great interest in immigration. Belize has a great history of immigration irregularities, especially when it comes to Asian nationals. That is our history from 1990 plus to 2020 plus, right? There have been immigration irregularities involving many times, not exclusively, but many times involving Chinese. It's the largest country on earth, right? So I'm just saying they have an active interest, but not another thing for another time. Moving on, this will be a fast beef. Let's go.
Let's do this, Jules. Let's talk about Budna, the police, and the DPP.
You know, Budna, Joseph Ryan Budna gave me an interview on Friday. He has to use a prison phone now. In terms of, he believes the embassy has done, the Belize embassy in Guatemala, he believes, and they have not denied, they have done all they can to shut him down, to block him from communicating with me or with other media, but me principally, and giving these regular interviews that he was first giving in September. So he's had a hard time communicating, but we did have an interview on Friday because he wanted to react with disgust and alarm at the DPP's pronouncement that the police file contains less than nothing, right? And his disgust is not with the DPP, it's with the police. And his main question is, how Ono never can interview me?
Right.
I am the victim, I'm alive.
That's the great point.
Right? But they had no interest in interviewing him because they have no interest in finding out the truth. The whole thing is a cover-up. And everyone knows it's a cover-up. The citizens know and the police know, which is what leads to the problem we have. I have spoken before about Labriel and Choco. These are two critical police officers. I don't like to name officers, but they are pivotal in this matter.
Right.
Two corporals. I understand they're also squad brothers, just by coincidence. But on that night of the kidnapping, they both had encounters with these kidnappers. And Choco is the one who went over and reportedly Barry Flowers came over and spoke to him and said words to the effect, we're on a mission. And it has some level of approval. And they then drove cross country from Orange Walk to Arenal, where they encountered other checkpoints as well, but the critical checkpoint was at Arenal, which was Labriel, along with BDF soldiers, was the officer in charge there. As I have said before, I believe, based on information, that Labriel had a conversation with higher-ups, and he was told, make the man go through. These are the things we know, or we have solid information. Their statements do not reflect that. That is why the DPP said the file has less than nothing. Because there is no direct naming of the suspects, or that I had a face-to-face encounter with known suspect X. I'm going to say something that I really, I believe that these officers were, I think they made their statements from a position of self-preservation. Ono don't see how the whole thing they go. They don't sit and cover up. These men have worked their entire career for the police department. We're talking close to 20 years. You don't see how this thing they go. You don't see that Dr. Richard Rosado is still the commissioner of police. You go and fight the power. You go and fight the power and risk. You say they can't fire you, but they can make your life a living hell. They could send you down to PG, they could send you some remote location, or they can put you behind a desk. They can do lots of things to make you uncomfortable. I believe that, certainly in the case of Mr. Choco, Corporal Choco, there was more than one statement. I don't say that lightly. I believe the second statement was backdated. I believe these officers were, if not coerced, urged to sanitize their statements. That's not something I say lightly, because we're dealing with perverting the course of justice. It's not something small. I believe these officers are men good and true. But when you're faced with the power of the entire state, you can see is actively involved in a cover-up. Where you end say, no, me one. I mean, and I'm saying, let me show you how they punish you. Then could say, okay, we're transferring to a regular unit. Now, if you're a part of SPU, for example, you have hundreds of dollars in allowances, risk allowance, living allowance, uniform, all kind of allowances that you lose immediately. There was a police officer who stopped a tobacco container going illegally, I've raised this before, going illegally through Machakilha, Otosha, going to take tobacco or whatever across the creek into Guatemala. He stopped them. He said, this can't happen. Then by midday, they transfer him. That was early in the morning. By midday, they transfer him. Yeah. By midday, the replacement was there. Calls came from above. Calls come say, make that thing pass. And like, this is an authorized border crossing. This is tobacco coming out of the Western Free Zone. A container full. Eventually, one of his law enforcement colleagues told him, you never hear about this. Didn't they tell you about this? He got transferred by midday, not get the allowances yet that they owed him.
Wow.
Right? By midday, the replacement was there. And this was one officer bewildered because then it come, hammer after hammer. Release the container. It's a police along with BDF. This is what they do. Yeah. When you stand up to enforce the law, you can't cross thing through an illegal border crossing a whole container. You can't. Yeah. I'm just saying this is the corrosiveness of the tobacco trade as well. And there is, however, in that nothing file, that less than nothing file, there is, I am reliably informed, 2 statements which say that a senior officer told junior officers that this come from the compo. Now that senior officer is denying it. He said he never said that. Right? And these officers did not have any direct contact with the abduction motion. This was in relation to something else. But there is that in there. Again, it can only go as far as the higher up officer who was witnessed to have said this, but now denies it, I am told. So that is why it is a less than nothing file. The DPP is a woman of the highest principle and integrity. She has been in that job for almost 20 years. And I believe she has conducted herself in an exceptional and a manner that is above and beyond reproach. I believe that she is serious about justice. That is why she made that extraordinary statement last week. Because yes, the file is less than nothing, but I believe she will do her best to try to make something out of nothing, because that is what she does. Now, there are defense attorneys who frown on her office, exercising investigative powers. And there are no such powers given to that office, but it's just a convention. I don't think there's a law against it. And I believe her office will try its best to make an arrest or to bring us closer to justice. I am just saying this from a position of faith, hope, and expectation.
Yeah.
I have no information to support that, but I believe that the DPP is the only public figure so far to have expressed an interest in justice. And I will give a nod to Karim Musa as well, who has said, let there be an independent investigation. He said more than once.
And he released the videos to us.
Right.
So
And the Prime Minister said he's disappointed in the DPP. He's disappointed in everybody. Everybody who don't agree with him. He has a problem. He has a problem. People will disagree with you, sir. So he reviewed the file because, he's an expert. I wouldn't give him my balance sheet for review. Well, he'd have a very dim view of it, but I'm just saying he's a businessman. And he will say, I'm very disappointed in the DPP, what she had to say about the file, because he reviewed it as the paramount authority of our country, as the omniscient, all-seeing eye, all-knowing eye. Sabelo Toro, Juan Antonio Briceño. Sabelo Toro. And he's disappointed in what the DPP would say. She spoke the truth, sir. She's the expert. You should say, well, she's the expert, but he is the paramount authority on all matters. He's the expert. And he already viewed the file. The first Prime Minister to say, bring me an investigative file, to completely divert the defined and established process for the progression of a file. And it was all a ruse. Because it said, bring me the file, we get in there. Then it just said, we're not doing no independent investigation, man. We're going to call the FBI. But Prime Minister had the nerve to say he's disappointed in someone who has been doing her job with professionalism and exceptionalism for 20 years. And he's disappointed in the expert. I am disappointed in you, Juan Antonio Briceño. I am disappointed that you would say such a thing. But his state is constant disappointment in anyone who doesn't agree with him.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Jules, my concern is if the DPP is saying this about the investigation, I'm like, what's the fate of this Belizean citizen in a Guatemalan prison? Right? If there's, that's the state of affairs that's taking place here, there's no contact with him to do an investigation, to get him involved in this. So what happened to him in terms of will things just follow order here?
I think that, I say this with regret, but the prognosis for Mr. Budna is not good.
Yeah.
Even if arrests are made in Belize, it brings him no closer back, no closer to returning. To bring him back to returning, they would have to activate some kind of prisoner exchange. And the state obviously has no interest in bringing him back.
Yeah, they don't have an exchange with them for their...
Well, I think one is established under the confidence building measures, but it has never been properly activated, like so many things under that agreement. But I'm just saying, I do not think, even if arrest is made and an approximation of justice starts to appear, I do not think the prognosis is encouraging for him. It's really bad news. You have to remember, we're in a bad situation. We have a commissioner of police who cannot face the press. The last time he spoke to us, and he lied to us, was August 25th. 84 days have passed since then. And the commissioner of police has not addressed the press. 84 days is 12 weeks. 12 weeks the commissioner has gone incommunicado, has disappeared. Does a commissioner maintain his legitimacy if he cannot account to the public he's sworn to protect and serve? Is he delegitimized by being on mute? I think there's a real question there. We know that in 1995, Mr. Commissioner, We are in an era where the media is voracious, it is active, and people expect accountability.
Yeah.
But let's move on.
Let's talk about Budna's vehicle.
Budna's vehicle, you know, it hasn't been returned, and I want to stress this here. Nitin Bukshani, a vehicle take about 20 lead on the Western Highway, 20 shots fired. The men barely survived inside. We're grateful that they did. He don't get back a vehicle. I believe he get back a vehicle, if not the same night, by the next day. His pickup that took 20 lead. He don't get back for his vehicle, get it back with the quickness, but remember his common law is the Prime Minister's cousin. Do not forget, in the calculation of the entire matrix of suspect activity, Nitin Bukshani is the common law of the Prime Minister's cousin. The Briceños are a close family. The Prime Minister has a close relationship, certainly with that cousin, and with her father, Mr. Renan Briceño. I am just saying that the treatment afforded to Mr. Budna's family is not acceptable. This is a poor family. Every resource they can put their hands on helps them. They have no money to send for him. He depends on contributions. They have no money to hire an attorney for him. The man cannot write a letter saying, please release my vehicle, Mr. Police, and have the letter notarized by an attorney. Because uno kidnapper, your officers kidnapped him. He can't write a letter because he's in a Guatemala City jail in Zona 18. He can't write a letter, sir. Uno have to, whatever evidence you are needed in the 87 days since the kidnapping, uno come and don't take it out of the vehicle, and you have, give the man back a vehicle, please. Give the man's family back his vehicle. I guess they're waiting on a notarized letter from Mr. Budna. Well, he can't give it right now because uno hand over to the police there and all. Like, really, give it a break. Let's move on, guys.
Move on.
We're looking at
We're done.
No, we have
Ministry of Agriculture bulletproof vests. So the Ministry of Agriculture got an estimate, a pro forma invoice, they never buy it, for 2 bulletproof vests from S&B Armory. Now that raises a lot of flags. What is a ministry that has nothing to do with law enforcement? What are they getting 2 bulletproof vests for? Well, my children, worry not. According to the good CEO, Serval Abaiza, a man good and true, he told me that it's for the marketing board in Orange Walk. They were robbed 2 weeks ago. And it's not a minor thing. They were robbed. I'm sure people are terrified. They were robbed of a significant amount of cash, $20,000. And he said, and I'm sure it was terrifying. Man came in on cycle, held them up.
Jeez.
Obviously, when that happens, you have to take additional security measures.
Of course.
Because he came in through the front gate, cycle business as usual. I would not say that acquiring 2 bulletproof vests would be the first line of security measures. Obviously, you need to bolster your security at the front gate, especially when there's money involved. We wouldn't wish that on anyone, what happened to them.
Yeah.
But I would not say that acquiring bulletproof vests, which are tactical in nature, which are for people who are going into situations where live fire may be involved, I would not say that is the first line of defense. That's for people who are preparing to get shot. When you have a business like the marketing board, the first thing you have to do is to make sure people who fire guns do not come in there as best as possible. I understand we're all vulnerable. It's an unusual request. It hasn't been bought, and thank goodness to the Guardian newspaper who first released this invoice. I hope it will not be bought, They just got an estimate, but it's very unusual. And in a time like this, their minister is under certain scrutiny. At least he was stripped of the Ministry of Enterprise, retained the Office of Supplies Control. I want to stress that. Let me explain to you what happens when a shuffle happens. I can tell you what really happened. You see, we just say portfolio, Ministry of, but there are departments in there. And for those in political enterprise, and that is the universal set of politics. Political enterprise means I could get money from here, I could get money from there, I could get money from there. For campaign purposes. It's all for the public good, please.
Yeah.
That is what the ministers are watching. They want to see when they, exactly what department remains where. I have seen this in history. So we are looking at, boy, you don't get this portfolio, you don't get that, but I stay with so-and-so department. And so-and-so department give out a lot of contract, or you have a control of a certain area, and those things have a monetary value. I hate to say it, but it's true. So you might say, boy, the man lose Ministry of Health. Maybe keep the Department of Pharmaceuticals. There's no such department. I'm just saying there are certain revenue centers, dark revenue centers in the matrix of the government ministries and departments that have a beneficial effect on those in public office. But so moving along.
Yeah, we have.
So they haven't bought the vest, and we hope they won't.
Yeah, so let's talk about a lodge in the Chicky Bowl.
You know, this is something we're looking at, and those who know the number don't call, because I know the man, I know who I start call. There was a big trip to Botswana. Big men went to Botswana, ministers, ambassadors, all the players, see notes by the layers. They went to Botswana to talk to a very legitimate and well-recognized expedition outfit. But reports reaching us indicate that they want to build upscale lodges. The proposal is to build upscale lodges in the Chicky Bull. This is more of the neoliberal agenda to Disneyfy all our natural attractions. So the idea is to go into the pristine Chicky Bull, which is already on attack from Guatemalan encroachers, but to go into the pristine Chicky Bull and put high-end luxury lodges. As I say, just proposed, but I think that it crosses, as they say, a thick red line, because the Chicky Bull is the most important conservation area in the country. I understand these people will work with the nature, etc., but I am acutely aware of these expedition type things that seek to harness nature, or harness nature as to monetize it, to monetize that pristine. And I'm concerned because the government has already given signals to a logging company that certain conservation posts, they can overtake. I know that was discussed. So, but you have to be careful because a lot of boys named Sue their boat. But I am keeping a close eye. Nothing has materialized yet, but I'm keeping a close eye and sounding a warning, because this is a neoliberal agenda to monetize Belize's pristine natural resource. The only conversation the government should be having about the Chicky Bull is how to get the cattle that Guatemalan ranchers have brought there, how to get it out. That's the only thing the government should be doing about the Chicky Bull. But the trip to Botswana there was no press release.
Why there?
I just heard about it through the grapevine. Well, the company is based in Botswana.
Okay.
So, but you know, we want to hear. We want to hear about it. There's some
want
big
to update.
ministers went. Some big ministers went, and a big ambassador, an ambassador. So we'll see what comes out of it. Good. I'm getting off. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
kicking
done.
you
done.
out. Yes.
We're done.
I remained calm throughout.
You did. You know you did get a little spicy.
A little spicy, just a little black pepper, but I am a paragon of peace.
You sure?
I am a channel of peace. Just say it, girl.
Yes.
Anyway, moving on.
So
We'll have on Chester.
your
Chester Marie
bestie is gonna be
Chester,
here.
Chester is going to be on today. I regret that I don't want to bring her right here just to have my old-fashioned sparring.
I just want that. That would have bring.
I hope that
much
when
happiness.
when I should say that when I gave Karim Musa the B+, the plus was for Chester Williams, who guided him safely to successive declines in the murder total. And that was the good work of Chester Williams and Karim Musa. May they be reunited
the
soon.
dynamic duo.
The dynamic duo. May they be reunited soon. Just kidding.
Yeah. As we wrap up our Monday morning beef, we have the sunrise to share. And the sunrise is coming all the way from California. So let's cue in. That is cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Okay, I'm off.
So with that, guys, we're gonna go to our first commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hi, have you heard about the expungement of criminal records? Well, as of August 1st, 2024, the Criminal Records Rehabilitation of Offenders Act allows for you to apply to have certain criminal charges permanently erased from your record. Isn't that amazing?
So, what makes you eligible to apply for expungement? The offense must qualify for expungement based on Schedule 2 and 3 of the law. You must meet the applicable rehabilitation period. This is the time period you must wait before you can apply. The applicant must not have any outstanding matters or have had any other convictions during the rehabilitation period. You can qualify for automatic expungement for certain first-time drug offenses, as well as COVID-related offenses. So, what are the benefits of expungement? Well, it broadens employment and educational opportunities that a criminal record would normally hinder.
It gives you a peace of mind away from the stigma of having a criminal conviction and provides you with access to services that may be otherwise restricted.
If you have a past criminal conviction, here's what you can do to get it expunged. First, verify if you qualify for expungement. Then, prepare the application package. Each package consists of 2 forms. Applications are available countrywide. You then make a non-refundable payment of $100 at your nearest Treasury Department and finally submit the package and payment receipt to any Ministry of Human Development office countrywide. Note, applicants will receive a notification within 90 days to see if their application was approved or denied. So, if you are interested, visit any Human Development Office countrywide, any magistrate court, or the Ministry of Home Affairs office in Belmopan. For more information, you can call 227-2716 or you can WhatsApp 613-0343.
This Christmas, get into the joy with Uno. Imagine winning a shiny motorcycle, a brand new TV, a brand new fan, or grocery coupons to make your holiday shopping easier. The surprises keep coming. All you have to do is visit Uno, and for every $25 on fuel, you'll get a coupon. Fill out and participate. Get 1 coupon for each quart of Uno lubricants or 2 for a gallon. Visit your nearest Uno gas station today. Fill your tank and drive into Christmas cheer with Uno. Uno gas stations.
Are you still circling around the city, searching high and low for a parking spot? Stop wasting time, energy, and, most importantly, costly fuel. Bring your ride to the downtown plaza parking lot and park your baby in a safe, dedicated space. No need to risk parking on the streets where your baby can be scratched, dented, or bumped. Downtown Plaza parking lot offers safe, easy, and convenient parking right in the heart of the city. Just head to Albert Street, make a right turn on Bishop Street, and you are there in a secure, worry-free environment. Imagine the peace of mind knowing your car is in a safe spot while you enjoy your day. So, don't delay. Park with confidence at the Downtown Plaza parking lot, where convenience meets safety and peace of mind is guaranteed.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Cherie Kelso, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Good morning, Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Monday episode. Just before our commercial break, we had a great conversation with Jules on the Monday Morning Beef. If you missed that conversation, you could always go back and watch our recorded live. But of course, those segments get posted on our Facebook page. So by that, I encourage you to sign up to our Facebook and Instagram pages to never miss what happens on Up on 7. Move on to our next conversation. And this is a very, very interesting and important conversation because we're joined by Shelly Ann Akis Solomon, an award-winning strategist behind Life by Design framework. And today with her, we're going to be discussing the power of femininity in leadership, reclaiming softness as a strength. What a great topic for a conversation.
I know.
Shelly Ann, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us via Zoom. How is your Monday energy today?
Good morning. I'm having a good morning. Thanks for asking. Good morning to all of the viewers.
Good morning.
It's a pleasure to be here.
We're loving your background right now. Like Kevin was saying, he's like, you know how to do Zoom correctly. It was executed perfectly too as well. Like, it's a whole setup. It's a whole setup there.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate it.
Yeah, and I have to say, green is a great color to start the week also because it's like a color of abundance, you know? So
yeah.
Look at you,
Life,
you know, calling
abundance.
all this good energy and bringing it to Sun Up on 7. We're very excited to have this conversation with you. So Ren, let's get going with it.
Yes, for maybe viewers that are not very familiar with your story and what's going on too as well, let's talk a little bit about just the idea of how you got started with your business. Because I know there's a beautiful story of how, you know, you were building a business from just like $40 to building a 7-figure global empire too as well. So let's talk a little bit about that global brand and how you got started, you know, with what you're doing right now.
I got started with a very simple decision. I was a young mom and relatively young bride, but I had a job and I had many roles and responsibilities. And I looked around and I realized that I was visiting my daughter, and that didn't feel good. So I decided that I would move away from the work environment and pursue entrepreneurship. I would say it turned out to be purpose and a really good positioning for me when I look back, looking at where I am today.
I love it. And you know, going out into your own business is not something easy to do. Can't even imagine like how the uncertain days could have possibly felt. So like, I'd love to ask on that, like when there were uncertain days, when there were days that you felt like this might not work, that this vision, this idea would not make it or stick with it. Like what did you do? What kept you motivated? What kept you pushing towards
That's a great question because the fear, like what comes with
yeah,
uncertainty,
like
can
you're going
often
from a
hold you
normal
back.
job and you're doing from the normal things that we're all used to, where like this is how society
saying,
tells
okay.
you, and then you're breaking from the mold, you're doing something else, but you have all these responsibilities, you have all these, you know, things to look at and say, okay, I'm doing this for my family, I'm doing this. But there are uncertain days. It's not always a walk in the park. It's not always easy. So how do you keep yourself motivated and pushing when it felt like you were probably stuck or this wasn't really gonna go anywhere? How did you feel and how did you push, sorry, with those days?
What I did when I felt like the odds were stacked against me, I would focus on the reason I got started. Of course, my daughter was forever in front of me, so the reason was always in my eye. My grandmother used to say, out of sight, out of mind. So my daughter was always in sight. So my reason and the purpose for getting into business was always before me. So what I had to do is to sometimes sit with myself and brainstorm. I would do a lot of research and I made a promise to myself that I would not fail my future self. I give myself a 10-year, a 5 and 10-year goal. And despite doing it to be a present mom, I also had personal goals. So I really held tightly to that promise I made to my future self. And I also held on to the possibility that I can do this. I know I'm capable. I just need to find the answers. Everything is doable. You just need the strategy and the roadmap. So I focused on that a lot, and that motivated me. And I would say it kept me focused.
Okay. From observation of what you've shared so far, Shalian, it sounds like you've had role model women in your life. You talk about your grandmother, you talk about your daughter who's motivation, you talk about you. And a topic that we're discussing today is the power of femininity in leadership. If you were to identify what it is from your grandmother or your daughter or yourself that, you know, kept you going and kept you focused on going to the vision, what would those things be? Because we often get criticized about, you know, women in leadership and they're soft and they're emotional and these things, which are not bad things. You know, I completely agree that those are great strengths. But what can you observe from your relationship with these women in your life that were key things that you took in your journey with you to be where you are today?
Well, with regards to my grandmother, who raised me in part, she was a very focused and disciplined and diligent woman. She was also very ambitious, and I grew up seeing that. She was very independent, yeah, and she was fierce. So I took those lessons from her. With regards to my daughter, I wanted to be an example of what resilience, persistence, and focusing on your dreams and your goals look like. I didn't want her to think that she had to sacrifice who she was and what she wanted because she was a parent or because she had other roles or responsibilities in her life. So I wanted an example, or what we say in my community, a picture of possibility.
Yeah.
Pursue your personal goals and dreams. And you can have roles and responsibilities as well. But just remember you are a person and you have things that you want to accomplish. I wanted her to know that and to see that. And for the women in my community, I wanted them to know that they are capable, they are competent, there's greatness in them. And if you really put your mind to get something done and to pursue your goals and dreams, it's doable.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, that's fire.
I feel like you're really speaking some great words and some knowledge and wisdom for persons out there that maybe needed this boost, especially that it's Monday and you're trying to get back, you're trying to get it on. We're almost done with the ending of this year. So
Yeah.
sometimes people need to hear
Yeah, that's
these
true.
and
some
hear a
people wait
story
for
like this.
the Monday to make a change, right? Or for like the new year to make a change. But here's Shalian, giving some wisdom today.
Today, yeah, bring us that good stuff. I want to look into the idea of Caribbean women in the entrepreneurship space and how Caribbean women have this sense of uniqueness to them. Could you speak to us a little bit about that? What do you think as Caribbean women, as entrepreneurs, as, mothers and all of this, that there's a special unique brand, a special unique look and taste that they bring to the global sphere? What would you say on that?
Oh, I love this question. For me, I think we are the success story of our ancestors. We are the light that they were moving towards. It's no secret that Caribbean women have tenacity. We have strength, we have focus, we are able to take on multiple tasks and still show up strong. We are mother, we are daughter, we are wife. We grew up watching women as I grew up. I saw women hustling all the time. They were always doing business, some sort of activity that brought income. They passed wisdom along. They taught us how to be, how to focus, how to bounce back. That's a big thing for me. Caribbean women, we did not have and still do not have access to all of the things that make success easier. But yet we prevail and we put and we break barriers and we step up and we shine and we go global. So that says something about us. So I say to these, my beautiful Caribbean women, take your Caribbeanness, merge it with global best practices, and step out on a global stage and shine and speak up and show up and don't shrink. Being Caribbean doesn't set us back. It just makes us stronger, more resilient, more innovative. Because we say in Caribbean, necessity is the mother of invention. We have to invent ways to succeed sometimes. And sometimes when it looks dark, we have to pull from the messages and the encouragement and the wisdom from those that went before us and know if they did it, we can do even better and bigger things.
Ooh,
I love that. So reflecting on two things that you've shared, Shalian. One is that you created these plans for you. That you created a short-term plan and a long-term plan as to like what is your vision. And now we're saying Caribbean women step up, do not shrink. Realize that you are limitless. So what are some like helpful tips that you can share with women tune in today to say I've been thinking about stepping out, but I have no idea how to, or I have no idea what to like strategize or how to like create this, at least like this 3 or 5 year plan for myself. What are some helpful tips that you can give them for say, today is the day I am stepping out and I'm no longer shrinking?
The first thing that women have to do is decide that they are going to pursue. They are going to conquer. They are going to accomplish. When you make a decision, the next step would be to make a list of all of the reasons why this is important to you. How will it impact your life? And how will it impact the lives of those that you influence? Then, if you don't know how to get it done, the natural step would be to get help from an expert. I always say when you're hiring experts or you're associating yourself with mentors, ensure that that mentor, that coach, that strategist, whoever you're hiring to help you, is in alignment with your destination, not your present state. Because that person now has to give you a pathway, a roadmap, and guidance to get to where you want to go. And that is something that I want women to take very seriously. When you are pursuing your goals and your dreams, especially if you're starting a business is challenging and it requires guidance, knowledge, and I always say develop the bounce back spirit, because if you don't have that, you're going to shrink. You're going to give up. All right? So get good, expert, compassionate, help, not based on where you are, but based on where you can go. And believe that you are capable and be responsible for self and do not depend on anybody else to constantly motivate you, pull you, push you. Get up and go after what you want because it's your dream. It's your legacy. And you should be running in front. Everybody else should be running alongside you or it's helping you to get there.
Wow.
I love that.
I'm taking a lot of notes.
I know it's a good boost, like I said before, that I think persons needed to hear this, and it's gonna help to like settle them a little bit, boost them up a little, encourage them a lot more too as well. And speaking of encouragement and parts of making the whole piece whole, you've talked about fate also being a big factor in your success. Tell us a little bit about how you see fate as something that has strategically positioned you and helped to elevate you too as well to the places that you are presently.
I totally and thoroughly believe in God. I don't need convincing that there is a God because there are so many stories and instances that I sat privately with God and told him, or the being that we call God, my desire, guide me, orchestrate my path, navigate my steps, open doors, give me strategies, send resources. I didn't tell anybody else. And it's almost like if you just opened up and rolled over the red carpet and delivered everything that I asked. I try to pray with honesty, compassion, integrity, selflessness, but also some selfishness because there are some things that I want for myself. But I'm not someone that only focuses on self. So whenever I pray not only for my business to succeed, or for strategies and guidance for my business, but also for my clients. I believe because I have watched that over my 25 years. I started business in 1999, and this is a constant. My faith is like the foundation for everything that I do. I stand on principles not in the Bible, but also in all of the bestseller books that tell us what success looks like and how to pursue it. So I stand on those promises. I pray constantly, and I believe with joy. I believe with expectation, and I believe even if you may think that you may doubt, sometimes imposter syndrome may step in, and you might ask yourself, can I really do this? This is scary, this is too big. Always remember, there is a creator that created everything, and you are part of that creation, and the creator is working with you. Talk to the creator, believe that the creator has your back, have some confidence in yourself, your ability, your skill, and believe in your dream. And with excitement, pray with understanding and belief. And I believe, from my experience, the things that you pray for, that is just, honest, kind, ethical, you will receive.
Wow, that is super powerful, Shelly, and thank you so much for that. Again, like I say, I'm taking mental notes, and I hope that our viewers who are tuning into this conversation are also gravitating to what you're saying. I mean, like your choice of words, I feel like it's perfect in terms of we're saying, how can you step out of your comfort zone and just grow? And so that, I feel like that on its own leads us to our next topic as we start winding down this conversation with you, which is that you've won the 2025 Caribbean Posh Icon Women Entrepreneur of Excellence Award. Wow, that's huge, and congratulations for that. What does this recognition mean for you as you personally and professionally? And where does this lead you next?
Well, I'll have to say where it leads me next, sorry. I have placed that partially in the hands of my wonderful publicist. Okay. She does a job. And she listens to my plans and my goals. For me, this award solidified my work that I've been doing for 25 years. And it's actually been, and there's an impact. I was humbled by the response of my community and just the way that it's all rolled out. I always ask myself, you are doing this You want women to win. You want them to believe. You want to break belief barriers. You want it to be a picture that shows our Caribbean women. It doesn't matter if you are in Trinidad, if you are in St. Lucia, if you're in Barbados, if you're in Jamaica, wherever you are, in Miami, Canada, Africa, wherever you are. Listen, if you have a goal and you have a dream, you can do it. And sometimes I ask myself, is the message being heard? Is the picture that I am painting and the path that I'm clearing for these women, are they seeing it? So for me, this award just really was a prayer answered, where God showed me, okay, you are being heard. You can be honored for the work that you've been doing. People are being influenced. And of course, the fact that I won, it kind of solidified for me that, I mean, I already knew that I was good at what I do.
Right.
But
Yeah, definitely.
but I do have a track record, you know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
turn people seven-figure earners. I take people from homelessness into six. So I've been doing it for a long time. I'm really good at what I do, right? I have
Yeah.
strong, solid receipts on my results. But sometimes, as a person, you wonder, are you really making an impact on other people seeing it? So to see women across the Caribbean, Africa, Canada, Australia, the USA, all of my Caribbean women that spread across the world just rally around me on the final leg of this award, which required a voting element, to take it to the finish line. That was very inspiring, encouraging, and it inspired me and encouraged me to continue doing the work, to push harder, to speak louder, to show up more, to just keep going. I think that's, if I have to say something, it really encouraged me to keep going. They are listening, they are seeing, and they're coming.
Yeah,
Oh, I
definitely.
love
And it's like
that.
flowers, well deserved. And once more, we say congratulations
Yes.
for receiving this award. On Wednesday, we celebrate World Women Entrepreneurship Day. And as we wrap up this conversation, Belize, at least from a conversation last week we had with Beltrade Rem, there's this big project where they're focused on women as entrepreneurs and boosting their business eventually to like be in the export in the Caribbean
Giving
and
them
maybe
that
Canada.
strategic position to help them to be able
Yeah.
to build
like,
on a knowledge.
Yeah, so for like these women that, saw that conversation last week or here listening to this conversation with you today, or within their own space again, they're looking forward into expanding. What words would you like to leave them with as we wrap up this conversation with you?
The first thing I'll tell you, ladies, would be to build the life you want. That's most important. You can have all the successes, you can have all the accolades, you can make all the money, but if it isn't in alignment or in support of the life that you desire, it's not going to feel like fulfillment. It will just feel like. So first, build the life that you desire, a life that you will enjoy, not endure. And then the business will fund and sustain that lifestyle. I would say to these women, your dreams are valid. Don't let anybody tell you your dreams are not valid. If God he gave it, He can help you to move towards it. Just have faith in yourself, God, and those that God has put in your path and help you along.
Amen.
But it's valid. I would say the moment you give yourself permission to pursue your dreams and your goals, and that includes your business, everything will shift. Everything will fall in line. Some days it will be challenging. Some days you may cry. Some days you may dance and hop around your house with joy, right? And some days you will win big. But the moment you give yourself permission, then and only then you will step on the pathway to that destination that you so desire. So step out, go for it. Get help if you don't know how to do it, right? Get support. It's a community that will support you. That's important,
Most
right?
definitely.
Those are the things that I will tell women. Step on. You are capable. You are competent. Right?
I love
Collaborate,
it.
celebrate, embrace the law of reciprocity and abundance. And things will work out for you, one way or the other. Whether you can see it now or not, it will. I didn't know it would work out for me when I started with $40. Right?
Yeah.
I was actually shocked when I found out that I was a seven-figure earner. That happened by accident. I went to purchase a property and found out that I could have purchased the property without taking a mortgage.
Right? Yes. Wow.
So you definitely could see exactly how things can really turn around when you change your mentality, when you pursue, when you decide, like you mentioned before. As people are hearing this, we're wrapping up the conversation. What are your contact information that somebody's listening and they love to reach out to you, they love to connect, they love to know more? How can they be able to get a hold of you?
The best place to contact me would be by email. So that at shellyacque.com. And if you want to book a call with me and get straight to a conversation face to face on Zoom, just as we are chatting here, go to my website, www.shellyacque.com, and you will see a link that says complimentary clarity call. You're going to book that call, and we're going to have a conversation and see how both I can help you with your business, your mindset, your behavior, and your success.
Wow, Shelly-Ann, it was such a pleasure having this conversation with you. What a great way to start the week. We're sending you all our love from Belize to you in your cozy space that you have out there, and also to our friends that are tuning in from Trinidad and Tobago. We have folks tuning in and saying they're giving you flowers as their mentor too. So there's definitely receipts to prove that you're doing incredible work, and we continue to pray for your success and for you to continue growing, inspiring other women. And we thank you for the women that you've inspired today through our show, Sun Up on 7.
So,
Thank you.
Yeah.
No problem at all. Come back anytime.
Yes.
There's always an open invitation
Yeah,
here for you to inspire more and to shine your light even more so too as well. We really truly appreciate, and congratulations once again, well-deserved award for you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And with that, guys, we're gonna go to our next commercial break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
We continue to celebrate diversity and embrace our vibrant cultural heritage. Happy Garifuna Settlement Day from BEL. Gundala Hafedo Garina Guhamaye Belize Electricity Limited.
Indian restaurant located at 148 Newton Barracks Road in Belize City, saying great authentic Indian cuisine. More space, a VIP area, and better ambience. Visit them at their new location or place your order via WhatsApp to 614-667. Restaurant. Come enjoy a true Indian experience.
Yes, Belize, November is finally here, and Mikado is having its annual sale of all sales. You heard me right. It's Mikado's annual November 19th blowout sale. Blowout sale. So come on over and take advantage starting November 14th to November 19th. That's 6 full days of savings just for you. This Garifuna Settlement Day sale will be a once-in-a-lifetime event. And the best part of this sale is that you don't need to rush, as there will be enough time and enough items for you to buy. So start early and get this awesome treat from Mikado. Remember now, the sale starts on the 14th of November right through to the 19th of November. And you know what the teacher says, the early bird catches the worm. Again, I must repeat, the sale starts on the 14th and ends on the 19th of November. And as a bonus treat, when you shop, you will be given a coupon to shop again and again and again. Mikado, number 37 Albert Street, your textile palace.
These charter mains aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Shireen Tulsil,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm in Durcraft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Muy buenos dias, my beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Monday episode. Thank you so much for engaging with us if you're tuning in via Facebook Live. We see your comments, and I know you're anticipating this conversation with CEO of Transport, Mr. Chester Williams. Before we get to that conversation with him, we have amazing deals from Cellular World to have a conversation about. And joining us on our couch, we have Fernando Santos, Marketing Officer at Cellular World. Fernando, good morning. You're back with great deals. I think Monday's the day for you.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like, what a great way to start the week with saying, hey, we have some incredible deals that you have to take advantage of, no?
Definitely. I keep it with me the whole weekend, and then I say, no, Monday, really have to let everybody know because it's too much to keep it to myself.
I agree. I can see that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Let's jump into those deals.
Yes, because I hear excitement is coming for the 19th.
That's right. We have an amazing week coming up because on the 19th of November, we're going to be having our Beat the Deal sale. So we have to rush because we are only going to be opening in a couple of our stores. And we only have one day for you to grab the best deals in phones, laptops, and also our appliances, which we already had in a discount. We're going to have an extra discount on some of those.
Discounts are always my favorite.
Exactly. So you might be able to save up to $2,000 on an appliance from Samsung, which is something else.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I heard you said on some stores too, as
Correct.
well, right? So let's talk a little bit about that, like for people to get your notes ready so you can be able to be on top of things too as well.
That's
so
right.
We're gonna be in some stores, but this is an amazing Beat the Deal sale too as well. So
Correct.
tell us.
Yes, we're going to be open in Albert Street and on our Northern Shops branch. So it's right here in the city. And also in Orange Walk and San Pedro, we're going to be open from 8 a.m. in the morning, which is earlier than usual. And we're going to be open only until 3 p.m. And as well, to our friends in Corozal, we're going to have a special pop-up shop in the Market Square only for the Wednesday that we're going to be bringing also our deals to the north.
Nice. And will the online store also be active and ready?
That's right. We're going to be active and ready at our virtual store, on Instagram and Facebook. And if you want to reach us on WhatsApp at 615-5141.
Okay. And you say it's deals above deals. What does that look like?
Well, for example, you know that we were just running our Mega Madness sale on our appliances. But just for the 19th, because we like to celebrate big, we're going to be launching even bigger discounts on our appliances. For example, our laundry hub, which includes a washer and dryer in a single one. It's a very beautiful appliance. It gets up to $2,000 of discount. So you can get it for $3,999 only for one day. You get to save $2,000. And we also have a wide range of fridges that have also big discounts. For example, our bespoke fridge, the one that comes with a tablet.
Yes.
That also has $1,800 of discount. And it's deals that you really can't miss if you're looking to renovate your home or just get that phone that you've been looking for to get. For example, we're going to have also the brand new iPhone Air that people have been rushing to get.
Okay.
Now with big discounts for November 19th only.
Yeah. Do you want to tease them what the discount looks like?
Yes. For example, we're going to have a wide range of TVs as well with hundreds of dollars of discounts. And
Yeah, it's
from
the iPhone
TCL, Samsung, and for example, the iPhone 17 Air. It has a big discount right now. It's really the best time for November 19th. Get up early and don't miss the chance because if they are gone, they are gone.
Oh, it's like while supplies last.
Exactly. We definitely want to have an opportunity for everybody to get them, but those will go out fast. We can see we're getting really prepared. All of our stuff is ready to greet you starting at 8 a.m. So definitely don't miss your chance to get your new laundry machine, your new fridge with $400 of discount. You see, $1,060 of discount. It's an amazing day to go out and get every device that you have been looking for the rest of the year.
Definitely. Wow.
And as well, don't forget, for our friends in Corozal, we're going to be in the market square from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay, so that's for 9 a.m. This is in Corozal.
Correct. The rest of the stores open from 8 a.m.
But so people need to get themselves ready. Are these flyers also posted on your Facebook page so people can be able to make sure they're seeing the deals too as well?
Exactly. Every single deal is now posted on our Facebook, on our Instagram, and on our virtual store on WhatsApp. They can ask for every detail that people need to get convinced. If the great discounts are not enough, we have also the best warranty on our Samsung, our JBL, our Dell Technologies, everything that we are partnered with. We also give 1-year warranty. So on top of a great price, we definitely can give you the confidence to trust us and get the technology that you need and with confidence.
I agree. I can see that.
So if somebody's like listening right now and they want to get one of these devices, but they want to tell you ahead of time, they want to message you and say, can I reserve this because I'm going to be getting this on the day? Is that possible, or do you want them to do it on the exact day?
It'll have to be on the exact day because
try
we
it
want to give a fair chance to everybody, you know?
That's true.
Well, let's say like on the day to like, can they pay for it and pick it up later? You know, maybe they're not around.
Well, I mean, definitely.
That's true. I'm thinking.
If they come to the stores on November 19th and they say, okay, guys, I'll leave the money here and I'll pick it up later, definitely.
Because I'm
But it has
thinking
to
about,
be on the
imagine
19th.
it's a gift for someone too as well. Or it's a
Exactly.
gift for you and you don't want to get it as yet too as well. You don't wait for the full, you don't buy it on the 19th, but you don't wait for your Christmas cleaning to make you go put it on for Christmas.
Yeah, because what if I saw the fridge and I may think this is a size and I come with my pickup and like, oh, it's bigger than I thought, right? So I have to come back with a bigger truck the next time to take it. So they can make that arrangement.
Yes, definitely. Just come on the 19th and then we will make sure that you can get it how you need it.
Very well. All right.
Perfect. Is there anything else you want to make sure these viewers knew when it comes to these deals?
Well, just again, an invitation on November 19th. We have only 2 more days to go. You know, it's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is the great day. And definitely visit us here in Belize City, Albert Street, and the Northern Shops. You know, we have parking lot in the Northern Shops. Very great location for everybody to bring their trucks and take out their appliances right away. And for our friends in the north, we'll be in Orange Walk and Corozal. And in the beautiful San Pedro Island, will be also open from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
3 p.m.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we have Claudia Usher Gordon in our chat saying to punta yourself into the store.
Imagine going into the store with punta to
Everybody's
us.
going to be punta in there.
Exactly.
Yes.
It'll be great, you know, because you feel the culture that day.
Definitely.
And it's a great day to go out and say, we want to be part of the celebration.
Yes, and giving somebody a good deal too as well.
Exactly.
It's a perfect thing.
Yeah.
So make sure they check out all the Facebook page, Instagram too as well. I put the number in the chat for the virtual store so that in case they want to message in to be able to get any additional information. They're seeing the flyers up here and they like what they're seeing. You can also message in and reminding people again, selected stores are going to be open on that day, so make sure you're very much aware. You can also message in on the virtual store to ask which stores could be open too as well.
That's
and I'm sure
right.
you're going to be having it on your Facebook page to let viewers know.
Exactly, that's right. And most importantly, don't forget, we are there for you guys. Let us know what is that you need. If you don't see it at the store that you want to, just let us know. We'll bring it to you. You get to our stores on the 19th, and we'll get the best technology for you.
Fernando, people are asking you to punta for us, right?
No, I haven't practiced in a while.
He hasn't practiced in a while, but he says that if you guys go to the stores, he will punta for you there.
Exactly. I don't know if everybody shares this live stream. I'm sure at Sunup at 7, they'll show me how to dance punta, and we'll do it.
We're gonna do this thing the next time.
I'll leave that task to Renata.
We're gonna do this thing the next time. I'm here for it completely, guys. You see?
Yeah.
We'll get it going. We'll get it going. But thank you again also. And of course, Priscilla, we're always bringing the best deals to persons, giving back to the society and allowing people to come out and enjoy and quality products with great deals, with great maintenance and everything to us also.
Correct.
Definitely really thankful for that. So guys, stay tuned. The 19th is right here, literally Wednesday. Do not miss out on all the great stuff. Check out their Facebook page, message in. And with that, guys, we're going to go to our next commercial break. When we are back, we're going to be talking to Jules' bestie, Chesty, tightening out all the great stuff, all the things that are happening with the ministry, or the things that are not happening with the ministry that we're wishing it would happen with the ministry. So stay tuned for that.
This Christmas, get into the joy with Uno. Imagine winning a shiny motorcycle, a brand new TV, a brand new fan, or grocery coupons to make your holiday shopping easier. The surprises keep coming. All you have to do is visit Uno, and for every $25 on fuel, you'll get a coupon. Fill out and participate. Get one coupon for each quart of Uno lubricants or 2 for a gallon. Visit your nearest Uno gas station today. Fill your tank and drive into Christmas cheer with Uno. Uno gas stations.
Are you still circling around the city, searching high and low for a parking spot? Stop wasting time, energy, and, most importantly, costly fuel. Bring your ride to the downtown plaza parking lot and park your baby in a safe, dedicated space. No need to risk parking on the streets where your baby can be scratched, dented, or bumped. Downtown Plaza parking lot offers safe, easy, and convenient parking right in the heart of the city. Just head to Albert Street, make a right turn on Bishop Street, and you are there in a secure, worry-free environment. Imagine the peace of mind knowing your car is in a safe spot while you enjoy your day. So, don't delay. Park with confidence at the Downtown Plaza parking lot, where convenience meets safety and peace of mind is guaranteed.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Shiri Kelsel, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Good morning, Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Monday episode. It's time for the conversation y'all have been anticipating for. And we have on our couch CEO of the Ministry of Transport, Mr. Chester Williams, with us. And accompanying him, we have the Chief Transport Officer, Mr. Leon Gentle. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's a pleasure to have you both on Sunup on 7 on a Monday morning.
Good morning.
How is
Kevin.
your energy today, Mr. Chester?
How are you doing,
Good
Phil?
five.
Energy is good. I think
Buttons
we're,
not
we're,
popping.
we're in friendly territories, right? So it's always a pleasure to be here. Again, to bring the Belizean people up to speed in terms of what we're doing within the Ministry of Transport.
That is very important.
It's a very important and very heavy ministry where road safety is concerned. And so there's a number of changes that we're working on with a view to ensure that we make our people more safer on the highways.
Yeah.
And you know that changes normally come with some degree of resistance.
Right.
And resistance normally come because of ignorance, right? So we're here to remove that ignorance and let people understand exactly what we're about to do.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that once they understand what we intend to do and why we're doing what we're doing, they will come to the realization that, you know what, it's for the greater good of the society.
Yeah, and you said some like very important words, which is we're here and we're doing a job to ensure that you're safe on the streets. And I think that's a concern that everybody's having. Either if you're a driver yourself or a passenger, that is a concern that everybody is looking forward to. Especially it's like we're losing loved ones too, right? So it's like we anticipate them coming home and then this happens. You're like, that's not the best news to be able to receive. So thank you for bringing this conversation. Mr. Leon, how is your energy this Monday?
It's always a pleasure to be on the media to share what we've been doing, the hard work that we've been going through, CEO and the minister who has brought some energy to the department. There's a lot going on and it's a pleasure to share it with the Belize.
Very good. So we look forward to getting some of those updates today.
Yeah. So we'll rip off the band-aid because there's a lot to discuss too as well. And then I have a little devil's advocate thing for Dashi in there, but I wait for the right time for Dashi. He not
Wait.
yet, you know?
So like he's fixing himself.
Yeah,
He's like, I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
Already. We're fixing somebody said that the way to make a flex some muscles too as well, pan national.
Look at that. All right.
Yes, the thing is, he don't need lot to gas you up, you know. He don't need lot. He don't need lot. But it's an exciting conversation because I think, like Kevin's mentioned, and you also positioned to that there is a serious problem taking place right now. We're seeing so many people lose their lives, and if not lose their lives, get serious injuries. And something needs to be done. And there's a dynamic approach that obviously has to happen. And we're looking here at the motorcycle regulations that are taking place. I know that's one of the aspects we're going to be talking about. So let's dive into it of what are the thought processes, what are things and changes that are going to be happening under the sun?
Renata, governance is not an easy thing.
No.
Leadership is not easy either. They're both encompasses where you have to make tough decisions. And many a times decisions that you would have to make are very unpopular. But do you back down from making a good decision because it is unpopular, or do you push forward and make people understand exactly why is it that you're doing what you're doing? We believe that the latter should be the way that we must go. And so we are here because we saw the discourse on social media relating to the driving school in respect to applicants for motorcycle license. Now, we can go back to 2 years ago, last year, this year, and look at the amount of young people that we have lost on our highways due to motorcycle, them maneuvering motorcycles, not having proper experience or not understanding the rules of the road. And we can also look at the discourse that took place 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago when we had the multiple accidents involving motorcycles, not this weekend, not gone, the previous weekend.
Yeah, the previous weekend.
We saw people on social media speaking about, oh, we need to get a driving school and teach people to drive, ride the motorcycles and these sort of things, right? When they said that, we were already in motion to implement a driving school. I think in my last appearance here, I made mention of it. And since then, Cabinet has approved the issue of driving school. Now, those people who were clamoring for a driving school, I see now that some of them are talking about, oh, $300 for land for ride a motorcycle. Yes, it is important for us to make sure that we put this in place, and while we put it in place, that we are reasonable in how we approach it. we have done our research within the ministry, and after our research, we decided that we need to go this way to be able to make the roads more safer. Now, the $300 fee.
Yeah. What's the rationale behind
The
$300?
$300 is not a must. You can charge from 0 to 300.
So it's a maximum that you
Yes,
can get charged.
300 is maximum, and it was important for us to put a cap on the training, because had we not put a cap on the training, people who would have applied to be instructors and would have been given the instructor's license, they would charge more than 3. So we don't want no one to take advantage of the potential applicants. So we set a cap, and we believe that the cap is reasonable because, one, the trainer will have to buy the prepare the materials. Now, the entire curriculum will be prepared by the Department of Transport.
Okay.
Right? They'll prepare the curriculum. So anybody who becomes an instructor, including IT vet, if they so wish to be instructors, they will get the curriculum from Department of Transport.
Okay.
They will have to do more copies of that curriculum to distribute to the potential trainees. They will have to get motorcycles. They will have to buy fuel. They have to maintain motorcycles. So these things come with a cost, right? And we believe that the $300 is sufficient to offset the cost of the training, and the person who is doing the training is going to make a little profit, not much. So we believe that is reasonable. Now, if it is that you have a instructor who don't wish to charge you anything, then he don't have to charge you. If you want to charge you $1, he want to charge you $100, $200, then he can do so. But he cannot charge you more than $300.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to be frank here, right? You know, I had a open packy, right? Many of those who are complaining about the 300, currently, they're paying more than 300 for the license. Because many people buy the license, right? Now, this program, what it's going to do, is going to remove the corruption out of the system. Because now, how so? Because now, when you come to apply, you will be qualified because you'll be certified, having undergone the training, gotten your certification by the trainer, along with the other documents, so you are qualified. As opposed to now, when you go, the issuance or the requirements are discretionary to the licensing officer. Right? So you pay them a certain amount of money, you get a license. We hear this on the streets every day. Right? And they willingly pay more than $300 right now. Some of them both they pay $600, they pay $800 for it. So why 3 becomes an issue, right? Again, we believe it's the right thing to do. It is a reasonable thing to do. At the end of the day, when you have people who are on the highways, on these motorcycles, don't understand how to maneuver it, don't understand the rules of the road, they get into accident. When they die, it causes the family so much to bury them. When they live and go to the operating theater, it causes the government tens of thousands of dollars to bring them back to normalcy. So let's do what is right.
Yeah.
Right? Let's not worry about the cost of the training, but the benefit that it's going to bring to all of us as a nation.
Okay, so in regards to this training that people are going to get, can you give us an insight into what this curriculum looks like? And the next thing is in regards to the enforcement of saying, we're aware that people pay for their licenses. How will you ensure that this is properly enforced? And if somebody is taken advantage of or saying, hey, you know, we can pay this and then you could get it for whatever cost, how is your ministry going to be able to navigate, I guess, any complaints or reports in this matter?
Well, the curriculum certainly is going to focus on the rules governing the use of the road. When to overtake, when not to overtake, when to use your indicator, when not to use your indicator, speeding, etc. Right?
Speeding.
How many people on our motorcycles? Because we see motorcycles every day with 3-4 people on it.
That is true.
Right? It is very unsafe. And then we'll be looking at the laws that governs the use of the motorcycle. Let them understand the consequences of breaking these laws. Because again, with the package is also coming an increase in these fines. Because we believe that the fines that are currently in the laws do not serve as a deterrent.
Okay.
Right?
Facts.
Okay. I don't mind drop this law because you only pay $25. Right?
And this is
so
the thing.
we're taking those up now. Right? So it is not that We want the government to be able to collect more from these tickets or whatever, but we want them to serve as a deterrent that people will be reluctant to break the law because they fear the fine that they will have to pay or the consequences of breaking the law. So those are things that we need to look at.
Okay, thank you.
People are asking also about the instructors. Who are going to be the qualified instructors to carry out this material? Because we know that you guys are going to be preparing the material in the first place, but how do we pick, how do we know and certify or feel good that these are certified persons that are going to be helping with these motorcyclists?
Before I pass that to the CTO, I just want to say this, right?
Because I look at their face and the weight.
Yes, there are a number of persons, and I need to make it emphatically clear that the problem on our highways are not those riders who are on the big bikes, the Ninja bike, the Harley, we have the clubs and so forth. These are people who ride with care and so forth. We have people like Vince Castillo, we have like Christine, we have like Mr. Guy, we have Mr. Elias Lopez. There are a number of them that I can call out. These are people who have a wealth of experience in handling these motorcycles. So people like them can apply to be instructors, right? You have the clubs and the cycle clubs and so forth. They can apply for a club license and they'll be given a license to train.
Okay.
Certainly, I don't believe that IT vet is going to get the majority of the trainees.
Just, I thought, right?
Yes, it is going to be spread out to other people. And again, we want to make sure that when people apply to be an instructor, that they understand the rules of the road, the laws governing rules of the road. So I yield now to the CTO.
So there's a few, good morning guys. There's a few elements to that question. First of all, the development of the curriculum would be in collaboration with not only the Department of Transport, but also the Ministry of Education. We want to pull them in.
Oh, perfect.
Hence the reason why we are referring to IT vet. As you all know, being an instructor requires you to have certain standards, certain conditions that you would fall within that, and those persons who are willing to do so can apply to the Department of Transport, which we would take them through a full process to be able to vet those persons who are willing to do that. Like CEO mentioned, you have the motorcycle clubs, you have persons who have reached out to the department in this initiative to be able to provide that service. And so this is just the steps that we want to take. There's also the consultation element that would involve those motorcycle clubs, those persons who are willing to contribute to this initiative, as well as the insurance company who has also extended an olive branch to say, listen, we want to be a part of this element. So there are multiple stakeholders that would be able to provide that support in terms of identifying those persons who would be able to train.
And one more point on that issue. Another issue that people are mentioning is that, oh, why do I have to go to a driving school for 2 weeks? No, it is not literally going to a school for 2 weeks.
Every single day.
Right? Every single day. You have a curriculum. The instructors are going to have that curriculum. The objective is for them to finish that curriculum. Right? So it can be done maybe in the evening after work. It can be done on your timing. Right? If you finish the curriculum in 1 week, you're good.
Wonderful.
That's the objective. If you can only attend maybe an hour per day and in the evening time, it might take a little longer, right? So it's a matter for you and your instructor to work through the curriculum, because the objective that we want is for you to finish that curriculum.
Right. Yeah. I have a question. So Ren initially at the start of this conversation mentioned that there could be many contributing factors to the road traffic accidents that we see. And one of them is the abuse of alcohol whenever people are moving on the road. You know, and I think often we take for granted, oh, that's just one drink. But we do not know how this, one drink is excess already, you know, for, you know, if you say drink responsibly. One time the guy from Paho said, as long as you're drinking, that is not responsibly, knowing that you're going to be on the road.
Yeah.
How is that now going to be complemented with the instruction, with this training and all of these things that motorcycle persons are going to be going through?
Well, this is a part of the entire package.
Okay.
When CEO speaks about the rules of the road, that's part one. I think another part that is not being highlighted is the fact that the enforcement level of being out there on the roads and our presence is a huge part of that. We have now looked at our breathalyzers to include it as admissible evidence in court. And so these are some of the initiatives that we're taking along with this entire package to improve the safety of the road.
Yes, and again with that, it is important to understand that we take driving and alcohol concentration, about to prescribe it, very seriously. And as CTO said, we have now, Cabinet has now approved the amendment to the Motor Vehicle and Road Traffic Act that deals with the whole issue of drunk driving, where the receipt from the breathalyzer is now going to be admissible as prima facie evidence. So there's going to be no need for us to extract blood or urine and then go to the lab. What the breathalyzer test reveals on the spot is what is going to be admissible. And we believe this is far more prudent as opposed to asking a person to go and urine or go to the hospital and extract blood. We find that people oppose these things at times. I saw where the media was saying the other day in respect to a post made by Pastor Wade that over 60% of people who are involved in accidents were deemed to be under the influence. That is not true. That was done based on victims and perhaps passengers. When it comes to drivers, that is not the case. So while his stats may be, to some extent, correct, it was not used in its proper context. So when it comes to drivers, the percentage is far less. Because you might be in an accident as a victim, and you may be drinking, but your driver was not drinking, right? So it's a situation like that. So we're looking at these things to see how we can amend it. And again, we're looking at if you are convicted for drunk driving on a second offense, the law is going to be that your license is going to be revoked for life, right? On a first offense, you'll find 1,500 or 1 year imprisonment on the first offense. On the second offense, it is going to be up to 3 years and the license revoked for life.
Wow. And I think that was my next question to dive into a little bit, is just, we're talking about enforcement, we're talking about increasing the penalties, the fines that are going to be happening. Let's talk to the citizens about, like, what are we looking at when it comes to if you do the crime, if you do something that you're not supposed to be doing, what's going to be happening thereafter? Because we know a lot of times, and you mentioned it before, like, the fine is so cheap, you're like, oh, I could pay that. I don't worry about nothing. So how are we looking at that?
Well,
Celia.
of course, enforcement plays a big role with dealing with that, and we've increased our presence. We are in the process of increasing the human capacity that we have.
Oh, nice.
We're currently training our officers for 3 weeks, and we've done the first cohort. And we've also included those persons from the municipal traffic management authorities. So all across the country, the police department, the National Transport, Department of Transport, and the traffic municipalities from across the country are currently in a training that would increase their knowledge and their capacity to carry out their duties. That's part one of it. Part two is now increasing our human capacities to be able to be visible, not only during the day, but also at nighttime. And we are hoping that we can target our responses as it relates to the whole notion of having collisions on the highway. We look at the statistics, and our statistics are pointing to young adults between the ages of 18 and 30. And so most of the times we see them hanging out, partying. You had mentioned it earlier, Kevin, where you talk about persons drinking and taking that drive. We want to target those areas. We want to increase our presence in those areas. So it's not just looking at the legislation and improving the legislation, but also increasing our presence on the major highways and roads.
And you know, Kevin, Renata, human capacity is important. The days must be now put behind us where we just take a person off the street, give them a uniform, and tell them go and enforce the laws, the traffic laws, and they don't even know what the traffic laws are. They don't know how to do it, right? Myself and Dr. Zab, we took over a broken system, right? And I am extremely grateful to have a minister like him because he listens and he participates. When we sit down and discuss these things, it is myself, him, the CTO, the legal officer, and the director, Director Loeb. And we take these things very seriously because we understand that the decisions that we make is going to impact the lives of our Belizean people, right? losing our young people on the highways is something that we must take very seriously. I said to people, our highways have become like a cemetery. Almost everywhere on the highway, somebody had died.
Yeah.
That needs to change. So making sure that we increase our human capacity from where it currently stands at 46, and of that 46, about half are engaged in admin duties. So in terms of enforcement, you'll have like 20 people to enforce.
Wow.
How can they enforce the across the country with only 20 people, day and night, right?
Yeah.
It is impossible,
Yeah.
right? So taking that number up has been approved. So we're now going to take the number up, not to where we want it. It's going to go up to at least like 70. And for the next financial year, it is our intent to propose to Cabinet to increase the number to at least 125 officers, right? That will be able to have a three-shift system with officers on the highways 24/7, right? So these are things that we have to look at. People speak about enforcement. They're saying that the solution to the problem we currently face is enforcement. While I may agree, I can also respectfully disagree because enforcement is always going to be an issue. Why? No driver is going to drive recklessly when they see the highway patrol or they see the checkpoint, right? And we don't have the human capital to put the officer at every mile post on the highway to make sure we keep drivers in line. So what we're doing in terms of providing these training for motorcycle riders, as well as training our officers to be able to enforce properly, are things that are going to go towards making sure that we make our roadways safer for all who use it.
All right, thank you for sharing that. I have one last question as we start winding down this conversation. What I can say is that I appreciate what you're sharing because we're able to get a proper understanding as to how you're addressing the reduction of road traffic accidents from many areas, right? You're saying we're going to educate you how to drive a motorcycle. There's enforcement that's going to take place, and all of these legislations that are changing. My last question is, how is this also getting complemented by improving road infrastructure? And I say this because there's holes on the road that if you're driving at a speed and you have to swerve, that can lead somewhere. We're also seeing how there's road construction with not enough signs to alert, okay, there's a curve coming up, and my dad, he taught me, if the lines are very important for you, how you go about, gauging yourself on the street. And we see that that's not readily on the road. So how is the ministry now planning on complementing that? Because those things on the road are very key to prevent accidents.
I have to commend the government and the Ministry of Infrastructure for the road rehabilitation project that we have seen taking place. I don't know if you traveled down south recently, but if you look at the Thomas Vincent Ramos Highway between Dangriga, I think they're currently at Kendall, but they're going up more. The rehabilitation of the highway using the hot mix is extremely good. We're seeing currently between Ladyville and Biscayne undergoing rehabilitation. The Hummingbird Highway recently got rehabilitated. So we'll need now to look at the highway between Belize City and Belmopan, which from what I have been made to understand, there is already things in motion to have that rehabilitated. But the Ministry of Infrastructure take information from us and from the police. If we see a part of the road dilapidating, we notify the chief engineer and he gets his people out to go and repair it. So it is important for us who are doing enforcement on the highways on a daily basis, if we see these things, to notify the Ministry of Infrastructure and they go in and put things in place to ensure that what is there is cured. So these are things that must be done. In terms of signage as well, we can advise the Ministry of Infrastructure because they are the ones who are responsible for putting signs in different parts of the road and so forth. And that is not going to be an issue. We do understand that, yes, signage is an issue on the highway, and we do understand that potholes can cause accidents. So once we see these things, it's our duty to make sure we notify them so that they can remedy the issues.
Yeah. So is there a thing where people can make those reports? I'm sure you're doing your due diligence to ensure that, that you're doing your observations to for those things to be corrected. But in case the people would like to,
if somebody sees something and they're like, okay, this area looks spotty or so forth, there should be something put in place. Where can they be able to report that to us?
So we recently instituted our hotline, where you are not only able to report these matters related to the road, but also matters related to the wider usage of the road.
All right.
It's 613-3104. That's our hotline number.
613-3104. Okay.
And on the other end of that, we have persons responding to any issues that may come up with that element. We'll be putting posters in and around it, have a QR code, all of that, to be able to access that reporting element and sending any reports that you may have, whether it may be road traffic related or road related. So we're definitely excited about that. On a daily basis, I know CEO's phone is filled, mine, everybody sends information to us, and as quickly as we can, we address those matters. But it's also important for us to streamline those information so that we're also able to capture data related to what it is that we're responding to, and to provide that data can help us to streamline our responses.
Thanks for letting me. It's good that there's a hotline now.
Yes, I know. It's like, this is good information. So like on that same note, beyond just, Sunup and getting information out, I know CEO loves to put up a good post, and people are very good to like respond to that, and he takes into account everything that they're saying. But for persons out there that are hearing this conversation, they would like to know more about the improvements, the changes that are going to happen. Is there going to be ads going to be put out? Like when would that look like? And that's communication campaign. When can we see that roll up? Because we really want to educate the population.
Yes, we do understand that sensitizing the public is important, and that's one of the reasons why myself and the CTO are here today. We intend to go to other media houses to do the same, but at the same time, we want to work on some infomercials, putting these things into a little bit of clip, and we can have them aired on the different media houses on a daily basis. Again, it is important that we share information to people, information that is vital to make them understand exactly what we're doing. There's a lot of good things happening within the Ministry of Transport, a lot, but we are not putting it out there as much as we should. And so we need to make sure that we do that. We are currently searching for a PR person, a media person. We have not been able to find one. We are hoping to find one very soon. And once we get that person in place, then we should be able to do more in terms of publicity.
Wow.
Right.
Very good. Gentlemen, we appreciate the time that you've taken on your Monday to have this conversation with us. Our viewers are definitely appreciating the education you've shared as regards to what are some of the updates they can look forward as regards to specifically to motorcycle regulation. As we wrap up this conversation, as we wrap up the show, Ren, because it's also 8:30. What are your last words for our viewers?
Well, I know that people have a misunderstanding in terms of the work of DOT and the work of the municipal bodies. When things happen within the towns and cities, it is not within the purview of DOT. That's within the purview of the municipal body. Oftentimes we see accidents within the towns or city, or we see where traffic wardens are misbehaving within the towns and city, and people say, "Oh, Chestani, forget a grip of people, those are not my people." Right? So those are covered by. We have no jurisdiction to tell the municipal bodies what to do, except when it comes to enforcement of national policies.
Very well.
Right? They operate on their own. But I would like to say to the Belizean people to be patient and work with us. Whatever we're trying to do, we know it's not easy for people to accept, but we must look at the benefit that we're going to have from this down the road. Do we want to live in a country where we continue to lose 100 odd people on our highways annually, or do we want to live in a country where everyone can use the highway and feel safe? I believe that the latter should be what we should choose. And so we at the ministry is going to do our best through the Department of Transport in making sure that we apply sensible approaches to road safeties.
Very well, very well. And just so you know, you've made an announcement that you're looking for a PR. We have viewers saying they're gonna send up their CV to be part of your PR team. So
that would be good.
Be looking up for that.
Yes,
Mr. Leon, we have a big holiday coming up on Wednesday, which is the 19th. And of course, you can never go wrong with sharing words of encouragement of safety. What would you have to say to everyone?
It's important for us as road users to be aware of the road conditions. We all know that around this time, especially down south, the ancestors like to bless us with a little bit of weather.
That is true.
And so it's important for road users to be safe, be knowledgeable of the road, don't drink and drive. ensure that the persons you are with are properly seated and buckled in, and stay within the speed limits. That would be my message to all.
Thank you.
Most definitely. Well, we look forward to seeing another conversation, because I never get to ask you about terminals, but that's for another day and another situation too as well.
That is true.
Because there are other things that should be on a foot too, but I know
We're
one
not,
thing at a time.
I know run.
I didn't fight you, no.
I know
didn't
run.
fight you.
No care how tough the questions
You know
are going to be.
That
I
is
will
true.
come
That is
and I
true.
will face them.
You are face the head on.
Yeah.
Very
Like
well.
the terminals and a chair and all of it in the toe as well. But another day, another time. But we really appreciate all the work that's being done. We hope to see, more conversations like this. I would like to have a proper one where we sit down and break down all of what is being imposed when it comes to the fees, penalties, so people can fully understand that too. But yeah.
Well, you want to arrange it and then let us know, and then
Very
we
well.
will
Thank
I like
we'll
the
for
that.
Okay.
Yes.
Terminals will be asked then. So with that, guys, we're sending you off on your Montados Monday. Join Brendan and I tomorrow for a Tuesdays Tuesday. Take care. Give yourself grace. Drive carefully, responsibly. See? I have the right people to say that too as well.
That is true.
Take care of yourself.
That is true. Bye, folks. We love you. And have a great start.
Tell her mind the business
Hiya.
Tell her mind the business we're creating, yeah. Tell her mind the business we're creating. Come in and mix up with bad mind and fake friend, yeah. Tell her mind the business we're creating. Tell her mind the business we're creating, yeah. A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes